Hello guys, welcome back. Again, today we are going to discuss about Spring Boot with MongoDB integration. We will be demonstrating an example with almost all use cases we are going to cover. So let's start. So in this video, we are going to discuss how we are creating our application and what all are the dependencies required, how we are installing MongoDB. Then we are going to create a sample application with like favorite example like employee cloud application we are going to do. So after that, we are going to create our packages, all the things, classes, those things we are going to create. Then we are adding all the APIs like create API, list of employee, how we are adding those things we are adding. Then we are going to discuss about how we are going to sort, how we are going to add pagination, those things we are going to discuss. Now let's go ahead and check how we are going to start the create the project, those things. So first of all, we are going to create a Spring Boot application by using Spring Initializer. So here we will be go in Spring IO. Then we'll be choose the dependency Spring Web Data MongoDB. Then we will be give the artifact name of the application, description of the project, packaging structure, Java version, Maven project also we are going to give. Then we are going to generate and we are generate and we are extracting those and importing to our IDs like IntelliJ or Eclipse or STS. So after that importing, we are going to we will add all the APIs. So now we are going to download the MongoDB from this URL like MongoDB download community version we are going to add. So here if you see, we are going to add this one like download the community server. So if you are going to this URL and select package, then you can choose like version platform, whichever platform like Linux, Mac, Windows. So it is selected already Windows, so we can download and install. So in my machine it is already installed, downloaded and installed. So I'm not going to do again. So like some simple installation like next, the default. So after that what we are going to do, we can go ahead and create the project, those things. So let me open. I have already imported that one and I have added the logics also, because of if I will be add those codes and directly here, so that it will be take a lot of time. So instead of that, I have added some small API so that it will be lesser time, and will be explain more on that API related things. So what we are going to do, like let me go ahead and open a controller. So I have added one like API like adding an employee, those things, adding an employee entity. So in employee entity, I have attributes like ID, employee ID, first name, last name, created on age, gender, email, phone number, address, whatever attributes you need, you can add there. There is no issues. Then we'll go to again controller. So create API like in the save employee implementation. If you will be go to the simply the save method we are calling from that repository, I am extending that Mongo repository and employee entity. So that save method is already there here. If you see save method, so we can call the save method here. And then coming to again the controller, then I am added for create all employees instead of one. I will be, so some other test cases will be how to fetching the first name, last name, those things. So I have added another API. So list of employee we are going to add it one shot instead of one. So I'll be show you how to add a single employee, how to add a multiple employees here. So the same like save all method is there here. If you go to save all method is there in employee repository. Then coming to, okay, let's go ahead and open the MongoDB and run this application so that the collection, those things we are going to create. So if you see here, maybe I'm not sure. Okay, the database is not there. So let's go ahead and execute this application. So before executing this application, let me show you. We already configured the URL and username, password, and by default it is running on 27017 and DB name is empdb. And coming to this entity class, we are giving the in JPA what we are using Spring Data JPA at the rate entity table name, those things we are using. So here we are using at the rate document. So it will be create a employee collection. So let's run it. Okay, okay, the application has started. Let's go ahead and check that. Let's refresh it. Okay, still it's not created. New window. It's not created, not sure. Okay, let's create it. Okay, emptp collection is created. Okay. Okay, so application also run. Okay, no problem. Here the database name is emptp and the collection name is employee. Okay, so now go ahead and execute the create API. So this is the create API. I do have already some of data here. Okay, so this is the one data. So maybe we can, for testing purpose, we can add those data and generate. For example, ID is 100. So it is set. Now in the database, if you will be go, this data is stored in this here. Okay. Now if I for testing purpose for other scenarios, let's add some other like multiple records. So it instead of one by one, we have discussed earlier like create all API is there. So we'll be pass the list of employee object. So it will be create a huge amount of record, but instead of huge amount of record, I can so let's test with 10 to 15 records, right? So for that one, I'm using some some sites to generate the JSON data, JSON generator. So it will be generate the data here. If you see, I do have already opened and I have created those IDs here, like employee ID index. It will be generated like 0, 1, 2, 3 incremental wise. Employee ID it is generated will be GUID, dummy GUID, like UUID it will be generated, and age it will be generated between 20 to 40. If I can give 2 to 40, maybe employment 18, 18 to 40 or 50. So it will be generated 18 to 50 records. First name it will be generated with uppercase function to lowercase function. Last name, gender it will be generated, created on that timestamp it will be generated. Email ID, those things it will be auto generated by this one. Okay, so I am generating only 5 records here. Instead of 5 records, let's give 10 records. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, let's keep 10, 10. Okay, it's created. Now copy this JSON, come to post API, this one create all I do have already. So let's paste it and execute this one. Okay, so it is saved. Let's go to that. Okay, let's refresh it. Find, call the find. Okay, all the data are stored now. Okay, there are 11 records, previously one, now 10 record is created. So 0, 1, those things are created. Okay, now so the create and create all API has done. There is not much logic, only saving, save all, and save. Now we are going to discuss about another one like find by first name. So find by first name, if you go here find by first name in the service implement find by first name, and repository class also we do have a find by first name method is there. So in JPA it will be internally generating that query and it is taking the first name and returning the data for like this way. For example, first name this Sondara. So then go ahead the get API. I think this one. Okay, find by last name. Here, let me search it. Find by first name. Okay, here, find by first name is there API. So let me paste the. Okay, let's copy all the things. Let me copy this one. Okay, execute it. So it is returning, right? It is returning one record. Okay. Okay, so this is as per the like JP how we are doing the same we can do here also. But if we want to add a like select star from employee where first name equal to, so that query we have to generate like in MongoDB we can do that other way, that another API I have added like find by last name. So we can use the last name and colon query parameter equal to 0. So it will take the value here, last name, and it will be generate the query and return the data. So let's go ahead and check with the, so in employee controller, if you see here, there is another API find by last name. Okay, so it will be written a list employee, whatever it is matches. So last name, instead of JPA generating query, we are writing our own custom query. So here, so now let's go ahead and add the last name. Okay, this one. Okay, find by last name. Okay, so now it is returning one record. So the same query we can generate and check. For example, here also we can go first field name, last name, colon. Okay, let's go ahead and execute. One query only it is returning, right? Yeah. Okay. Now the same we find by first name, here the NoSQL. This one. Okay. Then we will be go to another API like all employees. Find by all employee with a sorting order, right? Like how we are doing the same way we can do here also. Like find, we can write the GPA one. Find all by order by first name, descending or ascending or date wise also. Right? In employee report, I am adding for the descending order for the date. Okay. So now let's go to the API name, all employee. Okay, all employee, right? So currently this created on descending. So it is giving 14 to 14 12 10 12 descending order it is. Okay. So 22 11 and 17 6 like mm like yy DD format. Okay. Then 16 5 the same, it is giving the descending order. Okay. 2 1 23. Okay. Now coming to another API the same way, all employee between, like not between, sorry, the pagination we are going to add. Okay, so like pagination in JP, how we are going to add, the same way we can do here also. Okay, the pageable object we can create and the page size we can pass here, like page minus one, like for example from UI they are passing one, so the default page is starting from 0. So that's why I'm doing minus 1. So it will be considered 0th page. The records it will be keep based on the page number. Okay. And find all method is already there. Here we are pageable object we are passing and returning page of employee entity. From that page of employee entity, we are getting the current page, which page we are, total elements, total pages, get contents means it will be from the pageable object, it will be return the list of employees. Okay, so let's go ahead and check that get all employees. Okay, like all employees page size, page for example 1 size I want 2 or 5, for example 5 I want. Okay, so current page is 1, total item is 11 record we do have in our collection, right? Here we do have, for example I can remove this one and 11 record total. So that total items is 11, total pages 3, it will be divided by the formula, 1 5 record, it will go to third page. For example I will be give to, so it will be the first 5 record. Okay, the second 5 record page number 2, size is 5, now current page is 2, so this is the second page. If I will go to 3, it will be give you 1 record, because at the end it will be left only 1 record, right? So it will give the 1 record. This is the pagination we can do by the same way only, if you see. Okay, then pagination is done, right? Now we will be execute another scenario like between, for example in our entity class age is the employee age. So in between age we can fetch some employees like SQL query, like age greater than equal to and age less than equal to this one, then fetch that employee. Okay, so find all age between, here what I have added dollar and like it is an end condition. Age greater than 0th parameter start age, it will be take age less than this one, like greater than 10 but less than 15. So it will be it will be give the employees list of employees who is belonging from age like 10 to 15. Now let's go ahead and execute this API. All employee by age, all employee by age. So here is 114 is there, but what records we have generated between 18 to 15. 50. So instead of 1, I can give 19. Let's go ahead and check the data. Okay, A is 40, A 29, 25, 20, 39, 25. Okay, 46, 50, 39. For example, I can give it here 20 to 25. Okay, so two records is there, 20 to 25, right? If I can keep 20 to 50, it will be returning 11 record. All the employees are belongs to 20 to 50, correct? Because we have generated the data 18 to 50. 11 records are present. If I can give 32, maybe some lesser employee, 4 employees, okay? Based on the data, it will be fetched. So the main important things here is like this one, this part, this query part I want to show you. Okay, now another scenario we are going to cover here, like search an employee based on the first name. There will be some different scenarios are there, but for a like understanding purpose, I have made a first name only. So the search name, like here search by first name. So the first name, the attribute like the field name, rejects, like it will take the attribute value here, and options I means it will be ignore the case, like for example the data is there x y z. If we will be give input x y z, also it will be consider the data. Now let's go ahead and check it here. For example, let me refresh it. Fine. Okay. For example, I want to son Harrison. Instead of Harrison, I will be son. Okay, Harrison. Okay, this record Harrison. But SAU. Let me with multiple record. Let's try with maybe multiple record will become hopefully this one HA is matching here, then HA matching here. It's game. For example, now let's try it a different way. Let's give HA only. How much? 4 records it came, right? The same 4 records only I want here. 4 records is passing the ignoring the case ignores. Okay. So I think we can cover almost all those cases. So if you guys have any doubt, any questions, let me know. Okay, before that I do have like for the update, delete, those things you can try on your own. That will be more helpful. Let me know if you guys have any questions, any doubts, those things, so that I can help you out. I'll be provide the GitHub link here so that you can go through it. Thank you guys.